People of the Kingdom, the Real JR Experience is yet launching another YouTube video with the Minecraft Farmhouse build. Here at the Kingdom, this is a custom survival world that we've been working on for over 5 years. In today's video, we're gonna be dressed like a wizard! Who was that? I'm not a wizard, I'm a high priest here at the Kingdom. And today is a Halloween costume contest day. Anyway, today's video is going to continue our farmhouse build, with lots more progress as we continue to build our kingdom and add more buildings. And a house for the wizard! I am not a wizard! But before we get to the build, let's review our confessions of the village.
Forgive me, wizard, for I have a confession.
I'm not a wizard! But please tell me your troubles.
I've been watching Real JR Experience videos and I'm not subscribed. What should I do?
You need to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome Real JR Experience content. People of the Kingdom, we are gathered here today for our service, and afterward we will head down into the lower area to have a lunch. However, I have a major announcement. The farmer does not have any pumpkins for the pumpkin pie. I don't know what we can do about this, but we will see after the service has concluded if we can check in with the farmer. I bid you all a good day, and don't forget to do good things. Oh my heavens! There are pumpkins! It's a miracle! Alright guys, let's start straight away right where we left off last time here with the build, and we're just continuing this wall that we placed around the backside of the farm, making sure that we follow the same pattern. We talked in the previous video about keeping that same environment going and keeping all of those things in line. Right now I'm just doing the detail work and getting the back wall area for our sub farm, so to speak, put in place. Keeping this theme in this build has been one of the main things that I've really enjoyed. Doing this on this scale in survival to give it a little bit of that added spice. I've had a lot of people that are frustrated with the scale to build and not doing it in creative, but I felt like almost to an extent that would be too easy. There's resource management involved, which actually we're starting to use a lot now, so there may be some streams where we just kind of do that, and it'll be a good time for you guys to come in and ask questions. Right now, continuing, as you can see, I am putting the slabs on the top that I used in the build, and I just wanted those there to give it a little bit of a tie-in and kind of make the upper shape of the wall a little bit irregular. I felt like when I started building the wall in that area, that really made it look nice. So it was just something that I utilized there and wanted to continue that consistency going forward. Now we'll start the other corner. One of the things that I do that maybe is shown at times, or maybe you guys are starting to catch on to, is I worry about all the small details. Each individual piece, even if the block's going to be covered, I really want to get into and make sure that if for some reason I would have to restructure that, there wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't have to rebuild. Things aren't generally filled in with dirt unless the space is going to be only primarily for a filler. Even that block, the dirt there that I just covered, when I go back and add the topper, I actually took that out and put a stone block in there. So It's just things like that that keep that consistency and keep the build going. And when you're playing Minecraft in general, you have to kind of let the idea go. You get a base idea, and then you have to let that idea kind of go and bloom. And we'll show you a couple more examples of that later on in this build, where I kind of address a few things and go through some things here. That way that you guys can get an idea exactly, what is going on and how a build takes shape. Now right here is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm adding the extension for another farm just outside of the main farmhouse. And as I start to build this, I start the foundation and line it up with this kind of stepped or tiered roof, however you want to utilize it. I thought that would be cool to have a farm area that was completely covered over. And then when we go back to this, I'll show you kind of what I did, and then you guys will get a better idea. Here, you can see these big, thick stone pillars. And as I looked at them, almost at this point when I was capturing, I went, it just looks too busy. It just feels busy. Now, inside of here, I am digging the area for the pumpkin patch, which I thought would be really cool to have a closed off area with a pumpkin patch here. That I could use, grow, and it's mostly for aesthetic look. I will try to get some functionality out of it, but at this point it's not really critical. It's just kind of for the sake of the farmhouse to have a covered area with pumpkins. And then as this kind of progresses a little bit and I get some of the growth going, I'll probably go back and add some wheat areas, maybe a little bit more grass patches. But as I go through this, making this kind of randomized dirt path, I wanted it to be, and a lot of the times when I'm stopping, it's not really the video. It's me like kind of thinking, okay, where do I want this to be? How many pumpkins do I want in this area? How can I tie this together? And to me, that's the main thing, is trying to make this kind of look messy, but at the same time have a little organizational structure to it. So that was the main thing there. Now, I dug these areas after I completed the wall, and I started to put the water down in the farm. And if you notice, I'll bring it to your attention here. One, there is a infinite water source glitch that you can utilize, but on the right there you can see the dirt and the pathway, and under the block there's a dirt line that you can see at the wall where there's grass and dirt. We haven't filled that back in. Those kind of areas of detail come back to haunt me in this build, and it kind of controlled the entire build from the point of doing it. So I actually went ahead in the build and ripped all of that out and corrected it so that that dirt path where it is exposed, that little sliver of block, it all lined up, and you didn't have that glitch of grass patches or dirt blocks, cobblestone where there shouldn't be, and it keeps that kind of situation covered. And those are the little things that kind of can drive you crazy, and you maybe can get a little bit too analytical at times. But I feel like in this build, with the amount of time that I've been in, it's really, really important to continue that as much as humanly possible and keep things going in a positive direction and moving forward. So I wanted to be sure to kind of show this as like kind of this was the time where I figured this out. And right here is really where it started to hit. As I was putting these in, I was noticing this little sliver of green grass, and dirt, and a little green grass, and I kind of started going through and I went, wait a minute, I don't really like, why is there that line? And as I was doing, I turned back and I was like, wait a minute. And that was about the point where I was like, nah, this has to go. We can't have this stuff. So we went back and tore it all out of there and got it to where everything that was in line with that wall all meets. And right here you can see I just tore all that stuff apart. Actually went back later in the video and took out that iron there for some more supply hunting, and I've been doing that kind of thing as well. So it's a good opportunity to utilize and get some more resources, especially when you're doing a build where you're going to rely on those things. And I do have a source for iron coming up soon. Right now we're putting the finishing touches on our two outside gardens with carrots in the backside and potatoes in the front. I want to take this opportunity right now to thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget that you can subscribe to this channel, like the video, and as always, do good things, guys.